Coach, why don't we start with an opening statement?
Yeah, how about that? A really great win for our team. You know, came off of a tough loss at Maryland. You know, and sometimes that's just a little tough to get going, to get started. You know, I thought we started out with the right shots that we wanted to take, just weren't able to knock them down. But the second half, I felt like we turned it up. We shared the ball a lot, and everybody was able to get into the action.
Questions just for the student athletes first, please.
Jade, I got to start with you. You've played basically every role that there's been on this team, and you started as a walk-on, working your way up through every part of the rotation. Coaches complimented you so much over the years. You earned the nickname Waterbug in the way you play. Tonight, setting your career high with 4 made threes and matching your career high in points. How good did it feel to have this kind of night for you?
Yeah, I felt really good, just especially like for my confidence and everything. Just something that I've been working on, but I'm really glad we came out with a win as a team today.
For Mary, you've been coming off the bench to start this season, but this is your first collegiate start. How do you think it went, and how does it feel to be such a crucial component of a win like this?
Yes, I felt like my start, it went well. I got out there, I wasn't nervous, I was real confident. I shared the ball. As you can see, 13 assists. As a whole, we shared the ball very well. Just really confident out there.
And in general, you guys, you can both answer this if you want. Defensively, another really good game for you guys, especially turning over the ball or forcing takeaways, I should say. How do you think that sparks your fast break, especially because you guys had a tremendous fast break and allowed 0 fast break points as well? So how does that play a role?
Yes, I'll say that is our team identity, being a defensive team. So I think that playing defense really sparked getting up in the press really sparked our team as a whole and brought energy to the table.
This is for either of you two. Just coming off that first quarter, what was the message internally for you two in terms of just keeping at it and knowing that there's 3 more quarters of basketball to play, and at some point you're going to find your groove offensively?
I'd say just settling down. I think just us as a whole, like we were a little bit antsy just to start trying to hit shots, trying to figure out like our groove as a team. But like once we calmed down and we just started going through our stuff like we know how to, everything turned out okay.
For both the student athletes, obviously coming off a tough loss against Maryland, was there anything surprising with how this Rider team came out to you guys? How they kind of jumped on you guys a little quickly offensively?
No, it was nothing surprising. We just weren't as prepared as we thought we were. We let up a little bit, but we got our momentum back as the game went on.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You were very prepared. Let's let it be said. You were very prepared. No, I'm just kidding. It's preparation, and then are they going to do what you tell them to do? So, no, just kidding.
I guess I'll start with the change in starting lineup. So inserting Mary into the starting lineup, but also putting Jada back in the role that she was very comfortable in last year, being the first one off the bench. Kind of what went into that decision to switch that up tonight?
Yeah, we wanted to get Ken off the ball to see if we could just get her going offensively. Her playing point guard, typically she's feeding everybody else. We just kind of wanted to get her going offensively.
How important of a response was tonight, especially as you go down to Florida for 2 more?
Oh, it's big. Like I said, these girls did not think that they were going up against a giant in Maryland. They were going to go beat Maryland. That's what their mindset was, and to come out on the end with a really just kind of like a depleted second half. I know they were disappointed, right? But I think sometimes you get up for those games and they don't turn out the way you want, and you sometimes can have the lag over, right? The layover of that. And I thought kind of that was like the beginning part, just trying to get that off of you and get to the next game. And then I thought once we kind of woke up and locked in, we were very present. But it's huge. You want teams that you want your team to want to feel like they can win every game, right? So going down here to Florida, we're not just going for the sunshine. Like, our ladies believe that they can win every game. And so we're going down there to be prepared to win.
And did you see any of the positives/strengths that you saw in that Maryland game show up here tonight?
Yeah, I think defensively, I thought we played well once we locked in and figured out what we wanted to do. And I think after we had, a tough shooting performance in the first half, I thought the second half we kind of settled in. I thought some of the players that came in off the bench really gave us a spark, like Jada, Paige. They came in and they played more than they played their role, right? They helped us when we needed to get just get going.
Hi, Coach. Might as well ask if you can elaborate. What was the halftime message going in to switch up to your defensive adjustments with the team?
You want the PG version?
I'm good with every version.
No, I think one of the coaches, Coach Ward, said, take the pressure off. Let's just be free, right? I thought they were very free in the first half. But let's be freer, right? Let's just be free. And I think that was kind of just shaking off some of that, the game you just played 2 nights ago, and then it was just, I think they did that. They just concentrated on us. I thought we ran our transition well, and that's what showed up. And then, the players came off the bench. They were free too, and they were able to just come in and contribute.
And is that something, I know it won't be a rarity, just based off the way you were saying it, is that something we can anticipate for Florida, like a little more free, or is it just going to be case by case?
I think that they should play free every night, right? I think we also should have both and, right? We should be focused on doing what we want to, need to do. That's being prepared from the scout. But I think you should always have that sense of freedom and not pressure on you, right? We're going down there to play and compete. Only pressure I think you bring is the pressure you put on yourself.
I felt like one of the big swings in momentum was the paint scoring. I think you guys were getting outscored in the paint early on. They were really making some good cuts in the paint and getting those passes out. But then later on, you guys ended up pretty much dominating in the paint. I think you guys had 26 paint points versus theirs being 18. How do you think the paint scoring played a role in this game on both ends?
Yeah, I think in the first half we talked about at halftime they had 16 paint points, and we were like, we got to shore that up. And I think Lewis, with all of them, did a good job of taking care of the backdoor cut. We came up with a lot of steals like that, and for them to only score 2 points in the second half in the paint was critical. And I think that we could have done a better job shoring up the 3-point shots. I think we were very, cognizant of the backdoor cut and getting beat there. And I think we had our moments where we relaxed a little bit on the 3-point, but I think that they stepped up, and they did it. They communicated. They did what they needed to do on cuts and drives, and I think we really took them out of their offense.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.